have different preferences when it comes to learning styles and techniques. These learning styles can be developed and learned, but what matters is the learner's preference. State University of New York College at Cortland defines a learning style as an overall pattern that provides direction to learning. A learning style involves several different activities and patterns in studying that vary according to the preference of the learner. These include viewing images and videos, listening to music, learning with groups, and other activities. In addition to learning styles, inquiries on the study habits of students also included other variables that have an impact on the effectiveness of studying. These variables include the environment, time, or the overall context of how you study. This video will discuss study habits that involve techniques and variables that can benefit the way a learner studies. The SMART way of learning that will be discussed is a pattern that stands for sleep, mingle, ambience, routine, and time management. It includes sleeping patterns, studying in groups, checking your ambience, creating a routine, and lastly, how to manage time. Once again, learning styles vary from learner to learner, but these techniques, according to several studies, are beneficial to most students. The first thing to keep in mind when studying is to get enough sleep and to sleep regularly. Regular sleepers are people who sleep and wake up at the same time each day, while irregular sleepers have an inconsistent sleeping pattern. According to Andrew J.K. Phillips and William M. Clerks, students who are considered to be irregular sleepers have a higher chance of getting lower grades compared to regular sleepers. Although irregular sleep does not definitely cause low grades, it is still a factor according to the study. Students study more effectively by getting enough sleep or having a regular sleeping pattern. Decide on a reasonable sleeping and waking schedule and stick to it. When this becomes routinized, we can gradually become a regular sleeper. There are individuals who tend to study alone, creating additional notes for research and their own lecture handouts. In the present context, majority of students find it hard to fully listen and be immersed in class during a lecture because of note-taking. According to a study conducted in Washington University in St. Louis, joining study groups can help you study better by exchanging information with other students. When one of you reads information from the notes or handouts in verbatim, and someone else paraphrases it, a deeper level of studying is initiated. When learners study in groups, they assist each other and everyone becomes more motivated. In study groups, students turn provided lecture notes into their own. By grasping the information in their own understanding, they absorb the information in a manner which is more catered to their learning preference. In study groups, students can discuss their notes with one another in their own understanding in order to fully absorb the information. Join a study group and don't be afraid to mingle. Exchange information, study together, and return the assistance. Noise isn't always bad, especially when you need to boost your creativity and information processing skills. According to a study conducted by Mehta, Zhu, and Shima, ambient noise has a positive effect on creative cognition. Studying in an environment with evident ambient noise, such as cafes and restaurants, can benefit your creative cognition and can help you focus on the information that you're studying. In an environment where the ambient noise is low, people begin to process varied information, which isn't entirely focused on the topic. On the other hand, an environment with moderate to high ambient noise is beneficial in making the learner focus on the topic rather than processing a lot of unnecessary information. Visit areas which have moderate to high ambient noise, wherein you can hear people shatter, utensils and plates clashing, and other noises from public places. All of these techniques and variables are more efficient once you create a routine that you can stick to. Following the activities that are part of the learner's study habit will help them become more familiar and will help them change their lifestyle. Turning study habits into a routine is a must in order to effectively and consistently be able to learn more. Studying is like working out. Following and sticking to a plan is beneficial in attaining an efficacy. An example of a routine would be waking up regularly, proceeding to your group study, studying at a place with evident ambient noise, and following your schedule. Create a plan that you can regularly follow, which includes the activities that you participate in as a part of your study plan. Cramming and procrastination are hindrances in studying effectively. Some learners fail to manage their time and decide to read their notes, create reviewers, and participate in other study activities during the last minute. According to a study conducted in Mainland Community College, managing your time allows you to allot the proper amount of time for each task. This also includes your occasional breaks and such. It would be best to create a study schedule that will be proper as to let you focus on doing your tasks rather than worrying about what you will do once you get home. Rather than studying for 5 hours a day before the exam, it would be better to distribute your studying time in the previous days to allow your brain to fully grasp the lesson part by part. Create a timetable or schedule of things that need to be done in order to avoid procrastination and cramming. The schedule should be followed in line with the previous activity, which is routinizing your study habits. Rome wasn't built in a day. Manage your time wisely. Varying patterns of techniques and variables are vital in studying effectively. Each learner has a preferred learning style, consisting of activities and variables that help them study more efficiently. The smart way of learning involves activities and variables that, according to several studies, benefit most learners. First of all, after a session of studying, sleep is important to retain the information. Focus on creating a sleeping and waking schedule that you can stick to. Once this becomes consistent, you'll become a regular sleeper. Take some time to sleep because it's not for the weak. Next, instead of studying alone, studies have shown that joining study groups is an effective activity. Mingle with other students and help each other out. Motivate, teach, and assist your peers. Try joining a study group and don't be afraid to mingle. Ambience plays an important role in studying. Research has shown that studying in an environment such as cafes and restaurants, wherein a lot of background noise is evident, helps learners retain information more efficiently. Next, when these activities become a part of your lifestyle and studying becomes routinized, learning becomes more effective. Stick to the activities that you're used to and remain consistent. Lastly, manage your time and create a schedule. A timetable for your activities can help and will be beneficial in your study routine. Make sure to not cram and always allot time for studying. We all have different learning styles and study habits, but don't be afraid to try and study in a way that is smart. Thanks for watching.